is Porch Tour number 2, stop number 2 on the People's Gas Porch Tour for Zachary's Mission. And again, don't come to McKnight Road over the next couple of weeks because we're not there.
Yeah, you'll just be in an empty studio.
We have a little secret that coming up in July, you're going to be going someplace else. But right now, we're focused on the Porch Tours. As we know, Zachary's Mission has been a part of our Porch Tours since, 7 years? I think
7
you
years,
said?
yeah.
And so what we do is have everybody enter their picture, say, why should we come to your house? Show us how much money you're going to pay us. No, not really.
We do not get paid.
How many items you're going to collect for Zachary's Mission, because Zachary's Mission collects for these things called Zach packs. Zach was a baby that did not leave the hospital, and his dad sat with him, and his mom couldn't visit him. So they realized they needed things like gas cards, shampoos, better than the shampoos and the soaps that the hospitals would give them for their overnight stay. And one big thing was a journal, because Rob, Zach's dad would journal as things went on. Anyways, they flourished out of that in memory of Zach and created Zach packs. These Zach packs are backpacks that get dropped off to hospitals all over the city for people that are on extended stays with their kids.
You did that so well.
And I didn't even cry.
You didn't cry. Yeah,
Right.
That's not an easy thing. That's for sure.
Right.
But listen.
I love it. Do you hear this in the background?
Yeah, I do love that. John just wanted to do it. He's like, I see your do-do-do-do, and I'm going to raise it by mine. But I love the fact that you're applauding, but the applause really goes to all the people here, because the beauty of it all is it's a sad, sad story that Zach is not with us, but they use his memory in the goodness of other people. And what you're doing, I hope you understand, it's actually the entire initiative for Zachary's Mission by doing these porch tours. They have not had to do the Zach packs outside of it. They fulfill enough of them, to create them for an entire year. So kudos to
the
you
money
guys
that
for
they
doing
save
this.
from the items that we collect
Good
builds
other things.
I forget how many Zach packs last year. We built like 500 or something like Zach packs through the porch tours. So what you're doing is cool, because then they can use that money for other initiatives. So without further ado,
do-gooders, you.
We're at porch number 2, as we said. And the cool thing is Brandon and Sarah have been on the podcast before. Actually, Sarah
They're
kind of in the
Jags.
background.
Yeah.
Right. When we showed up at their house, it said, come on in,
there's my dad.
Jagoffs or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
And as we know, Jagoff is a term of it's one thing you call somebody when they're cutting you off on the parkway, but it is a term of endearment where you say, "How have you been, you Jagoff?" Brandon, Sarah, how have you been, you Jagoffs?
What'd you call me?
So listen, here's a little backstory. Brandon came on as a guest. I'm trying to remember a porch tour.
Rain.
The rain porch tour.
It rained, yeah.
Rain.
It was
Lots
with
of
Gretchen
tents.
McKay, and that's how we found out
Sophie.
about Sophie Guest.
Guest?
Yes, and it wasn't Netflix; it was the other one,
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, and you and I watched it, and we didn't love it.
was
We were petrified.
horrified.
It was horrifying. But that was where our connection started, and then we brought you on another porch tour last year at Brandy's house.
I feel like I should get a jacket.
I mean,
like the Three Timers
A
Club.
member's jacket.
No, but where it really is funny is that you are our go-to musician. We've actually used you for other things, music-wise, but there was a torrential downpour, typical Pittsburgh, last year. You were supposed to perform with my dad at Johnny Angel's Ginchy stuff, and it never happened. And so we egged his house, and we said, Johnny, if you can't make this happen.
We egged Ron Smiley's house.
We really
too, because
did. He
let
told us
rain.
it might work. Yeah, there you go. So our history goes way back, and we literally are not kidding when we say you submitted your porch like a year ago, right? Like you were like, pick me. This is what we want to do. And Sarah, you said you've been preparing. This is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank
I
you.
love the 2 tiers. There's so much attention to detail.
I'm really glad it didn't rain.
I know. You got a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we know that Brandon is a phenomenal musician. We know that, we follow him regularly. He works for Pittsburgh Public Schools. What is your jam?
I'm a court reporter.
Get out.
How about that?
I used to help. I actually transcribed a court reporter's all her stuff whenever it was my mother-in-law. But yeah, I did all of the
Wow.
copy editing.
Wow.
So that we
How
need to
about
have you
that?
back on to talk about it, because we love unique jobs. Like we've
That
had
is
the
such a
guy
cool
on that
job.
manicures the ice at PPG for when
Yeah.
Mario was here, but we need to have you come on and talk about that. But talk about all the friends that gathered here and what you've been doing over the last few weeks here to start gathering items for Zachary's Mission and all the food.
So,
She looks at Brandon. I love it, Sarah.
Brandon, your lead in is
You
so.
help too. No, we just. I mean, we've been working since we bought the place on changing it up because we know a guy. Sarah's dad. He's helped us tremendously. to get this place the way it is. We put the stairs in so we could have the 2 tiers in the fall.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So we haven't been able to use it. So this is kind of the kickoff stair party.
What?
Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
And
I won't sing it.
everybody
I won't
here always comes to Brandon's shows, so they're
Yeah.
all friends, families, and groupies.
I love
Nice.
that.
And I told her earlier, I was like, I'm a little nervous to play at my house. It's easy to go to somebody else's house because if you're not good, you can just leave. I'm stuck here.
Listen, we're not making this up. On our way here, we didn't realize that you didn't meet Johnny, one of our producers. And Monica said, I told you, I love his music. So you're already okay. Pressure's on because we all love it and we expect a good show, but it's okay.
At least I can lock myself in my
You
room.
can. You can. There you go. There you go. So obviously, we talk about Zachary's mission. And the fact that every porch kind of takes a different approach. And we were talking about in porch number 1, they did something unique for the first time where they did a raffle and they walked around the entire place and sold tickets for this like package. You know, it was like $300 package. And so people were buying tickets for that. And they obviously donated. But for you guys, you have a little area set up upstairs. And what is that?
So I wanted to do something like so people knew like where to donate. I just don't want to walk around with money in my pocket or donations in my hands. And we had a green football field tablecloth that we bought when we first moved here, and we're like, let's do something with this. And so we made it the donation station.
It's
Nice.
a donation
And
station.
the cool
How
part
cute
is that you know the whole tour goes on all June, so you can still collect items and money and things like that. And the official auditors of Zachary's Mission, Patricia and Rob, they will count up and what they do is they decide how many Zach packs can they make out of each house, and then whoever collects the most for the most Zach packs gets the prize, which is a secret, but what's really fun the last couple of years.
I'm not good at secrets.
No, she's not good. But you've done a lot of work in preparing for this, so we want to tell you we don't just come here because we're smiling faces. We come here bearing gifts. So here's
Guys,
what's here.
look at this gift table.
It is.
It's a
The
lot,
gift table
right?
is a $100 gift certificate to ScreenMobile. So Dad can take one off of that if you need a
Yes!
screen.
Give it to your father-in-law.
Burgers like he's
Yeah.
doing today. You have Ricci's Italian sausage, which also gave us Mancini's buns. You got Mancini pepperoni rolls. And Sarah's like, where the hell are
oven's
those?
on. The oven's on. The sausage is in the oven. Someone check the oven.
You have items from Yin's Lids, who makes us our really cool hats. Pittsburgh Brewing has given us a tasting tour for 4 people. So you can grab 2 friends. We told the other people they could grab 3 friends because there was like one.
Yeah, you guys better be
And
nice
you
to
guys,
them.
whoever gives the most on the football table for Zachary's Mission could go with.
Yeah, we make the rules up as we go. Yeah. So then also, Jenny Lee Swirl Bread. Don't know if you know that, but it is a McKee's Rocks staple. And, you know, all of the products go on QVC first, and then we get to have them here. And there's the new flavor blueberry. You have like a 10-pack from Jenny Lee. Yeah, it's fantastic. They make the most amazing French toast, let me tell you. Have us back for a French toast party. We're not afraid. And then Pittsburgh Wash Company. It is a soap that is a pierogi. It doesn't smell like a pierogi. No onions included, I swear.
Okay, Brandon's not from Pittsburgh.
I know. I didn't want to say that, but go ahead, Sarah. You outed it.
But he came branded today. Brandon came branded. Yeah. So those of you listening on the radio or the podcast, he just drooped his microphone.
Well, one of our first dinners, I had to make him pierogies.
Stop it. Did you really do
Yeah.
that?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's so
We
sweet.
also have items from Mixed Candle Company, and one of the people that have been supportive since the very first Zachary's Mission tour is Mary Mac Bakehouse. She has given you muffin mixes and things like that, and Sin Bin Creations, cousin Lisa, has given you a Jagoff cutting thing and a board and a pizza
Charcuterie.
cutter,
Yeah.
a pizza cutter made out of a hockey stick. She makes items from the. We can't say this one's from the Pittsburgh Penguins, but she makes items with Pittsburgh Penguin broken sticks.
Yeah, pretty cool.
All
you
right.
guys. But
So
thank you to all the small businesses as well as Caliente Pizza.
look at this basket you guys got from Caliente
Custom.
Pizza.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a pizza connoisseur.
Well, we
I
have.
search for it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So does John.
Yeah.
Are you a thin crust or a thick crust?
More thin, more in between.
Well, we're going to have you toss it. So we are going to pitch out to them. As a matter of fact, our Mitch Minutes this week is about Mitch Dugan talking about Pittsburgh pizza. Mitch is all Pittsburgh. It's John and Rachel, your Jagoff Late Night.
Well, the cup pepperoni has that grease in it. It's just delicious. I think isn't it how it cooks? Is it a difference in style pepperoni? I didn't know. I just thought it's how it cooks. I don't know. I used to work in a pizza place back in high school. I used to make pizzas and hoagies. The pizza's hard to make. To throw it up and catch it, that's really hard to do. I could never master that. Am I an attorney and live in Pittsburgh? I mean, who doesn't like pizza? Well, forget about them. But yeah, I like pizza. I love pizza. You want me to, I am not a pizza expert. I know what I like. Everybody has their own. And I noticed that people tend to like kind of their geographical area, hotspot pizza area, right? Like Squirrel Hill, everybody loves Minios, right? Although you got Minios, Aiellos, Napolis, right? And I've eaten all of them and more, And you go to Forest Hills, you've got on Ardmore Boulevard, Vincent's Pizza Pie, God rest his soul, which I ate there too. And then you go down to Dormont area, Banksville area, you got Fiore's, right? Then you got Beato's on Banksville Road. I mean, there's just so many. And then you got Slice on Broadway. I mean, there's what's the Caliente's Pizza? Where do you go? Just look in pizza, go through it all. I mean, maybe we should just do a taste one day, go to every one of them. Just have one slice every one. So, they're all very good. They all have their own distinct flavor, their own distinct taste. And, sometimes you're in the mood for one, sometimes you're in the mood for the other, sometimes it's where you're close. I think people are more particular about what they put on it, right? Some people, put pineapple on their pizza. I do not.
Welcome to Fernandez. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permani's. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig.
I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
You will never regret your time on the ambulance because it will come with you and become a part of you. It helps you grow as a person and gives you life experience that you would never have had access to otherwise. What other job do you go to school for 9 months and you get to go out and innovate people in the field, right? I'm putting tubes down people's throats to help them breathe. I'm starting IVs. I'm giving, ketamine, fentanyl.
This is a very rewarding job. I love coming to work every day. It's always something different. I don't really call this work.
Probably amazing. Just because you can change the life of someone in moments, you can bring someone back to life.
We're living in this crisis of everyone not being able to afford secondary education or finding employment after that. This is something you can do very quickly. Becoming an EMT is very short. You can do it in 3 months. It's a very small financial commitment.
It's John and Rachel, Jagoff Late Night. It is Porch Tour number 2, thanks to People's Natural Gas and Zachary's Mission, because we're here collecting items for the Zachary's Mission, and it has been so much fun. We got to chat with Brandon and Sarah, and now it brings us to a guest we have not convened with, and how interesting, Eric Dillman, who is our guest. We were literally talking about Chris Leia's place, which is where we interviewed you first. Do you remember?
Yeah, that
and now
was
I'm drawing
awesome
a blank.
place.
What's it called?
Oh, I don't know.
The something house, the music.
I still have the record that he gave me in my office.
Yeah.
It's basically, it's a house where all these different rockers went, and
they can go. It's a place for them to stay.
Yes.
Yeah, camp out.
Like a safe house in some way.
Very interesting.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And that's where we first met you, and it's been years. You've worked with us. You've helped us do some social media, and while all that is happening, you're growing your own amazing podcast that we were really, really into it then, and now look at you. You're commenting on our stuff, but my gosh, it's really grown. Kudos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I look up to you guys with the podcast, and I know I've asked questions on your production and stuff because I've updated some stuff and took your advice. So thank you for always helping out.
Oh my God.
Well, what's funny is that we sit here. We're lucky to have Michaela, Johnny, Monica, Tracy, and I watch yours, and I'm thinking you're doing that all yourself.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very hard. But most of them are still on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's a lot easier to do it by yourself that way. But I do
Sure.
some in-person ones now, and it's similar to this, but I just hope I press record on my iPhone.
Right? We say that all the time. Yeah, right.
So your podcast, let's talk about that first. And your background, let's kind of blend all those things so people would know what you do.
Yeah, so I'm an interior designer, and I started content creation in 2018 and then kind of made this content idea of Pro Series, which I'd ask professionals in the Pittsburgh area to give advice, and I wasn't even on the podcast at that point. I just had them send me in videos, and then I got to the point where I started making it a podcast form, had some HGTV people on, and kind of changed the guests now. It's not just design related, it's professional related.
So was that an invite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys haven't been on in like
This
2
lady,
years.
I know.
We should do
I'm
an
totally
in-person
kidding
one.
because I don't find us to be professional, but the people who you have worked with, I mean, we talked about this before we started, talking to everybody else. Your guests have been amazing. We've seen some of the guests through the HGTV stuff and said, oh my gosh, we would love to have them on. Yeah. The Fords, you did the Fords thing?
No, I have not done the Fords yet.
Who's the other one you did? Who did I talk to you about before?
Extreme Makeover Home Edition people.
Yeah. I was
it
like,
was
I
Carrie
know I'm not
Laughlin.
losing. Yes,
Carrie Laughlin.
amazing. That was literally one of my favorite interviews, which is why we had you on before. But now you were just talking about Merrill Hodge. I mean, talk about Pittsburgh professional, Pittsburgh royalty. What was that like?
It was. I'm just happy he actually answered me because if you message some of these people that have a lot of followers, it just gets lost.
Sure.
And he messaged me right away, and he's like, "Let's do it." And it was the craziest, surreal moment.
Yeah. What, because of his football days or his entrepreneurial spirit that we've learned to sort of see throughout Pittsburgh?
Probably both.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of his motivational or inspiring speeches. Yeah. He talks in my podcast. He tries not to say motivational speaker. He tells a whole story about Chuck Noll and how he talks about motivation, and you can't just give someone motivation. It's within them.
Sure.
So he gave me some like really cool stories with Chuck Noll and Lynn Swan. But it was such an awesome interview.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was.
Now, in the meantime, did he happen to have any ideas on how you should design a porch or what kind of countertop you should put in your kitchen? I mean, I think you got a leg up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that one thing on him.
Yeah.
One thing.
So when you talk about interior design, there's a lot. There's lighting, there's flooring, walls. What do you, in furniture, do you specialize in one type of room? Do you specialize in a porch,
Mostly interior, kitchen and bath is what I started my career in.
Okay.
And that's what I still dabble in. I do less and less nowadays because just the media stuff.
Yeah,
and
right.
My
The
full-time
whole
job kind of takes every last second of my life right now.
But it's still infused, right? That's sort of where you started, and you just said, I would love to get back to Van Juro. We need to go back and do something there. We should have you be a chef.
I don't think that would go
Okay,
well.
we won't.
No, there'd be a lot of burning.
What enticed you so much about the media side? Because you did go to school for the interior design, and then literally, speaking for you, realized that podcasting was working. You built it so much and so well that then you realized, hey, this might be my calling. Is that sort of the way it went?
Yeah. When I was a designer, the first year out, they didn't give me a lot of leads, like clients, because you need to work your way up. And I was fine with that, but I wanted to make my own social media page so I could get my own leads. And within 2 weeks, I got my own lead, and it kind of went from there. And I built this social media thing that
little bit.
I'm like, wow, people actually want to follow me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went from there on, and it's been a wild ride.
And so interesting for that wild ride to see how that's changed, because what I love telling our clients, and don't look at those thumbs up. Don't look at those likes. It's the engagement and what you're actually doing with the people who are following that matters, right?
Yeah.
Crazy how that's changed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually added in a second episode a week. It's called Pro Series Off Topic.
Yep.
And it's just me talking. And it's usually about that stuff. Because so many people come up to me and they're like, I don't like to see myself on video. I don't like to hear my voice and all that stuff. And it's just coming from my perspective of don't worry about the likes, don't worry about the following, don't worry about any of that stuff. Just
do
press
what your
post.
passion is. Right.
Yeah.
Be
That's
passionate
it.
about it. I think that's
post it.
exactly right. Yeah, for
We
sure.
say that all the time. I will not watch myself back, but I know that something's working in the relatability, and I'm okay with that. But I have no interest in listening to myself or watching. Right?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
not the
ask
same
the
way.
I'm
one
good.
cliche question that we get a lot is, who's the one person you definitely, now that you've in the Pro Series, that you definitely want to interview?
Oh.
That's a cliche, but a goodie. Okay, I'll tell you mine. Sidney Crosby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
top
would be
that,
cool.
Eric Dillman.
See, I'm into country music, so I'd love to interview like George Strait or somebody. with
Okay.
my
That's
a
books.
good
That'd be
one.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right.
pipe dream.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. John,
Eric,
do you have one?
I don't know. I have a bunch,
You have a
actually.
bunch.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not Pittsburgh related.
Where does everybody find your podcast? I mean, finding podcasts is pretty simple these days, but if they want to, your website, your Instagram.
Yeah. I'm at Eric Dillman Designs and at Pro Series Podcast on Instagram and all social media, and podcast is called Pro Series with Eric Dillman.
I love it.
Eric Dillman. We still have the thing going on where we have a question of the day.
Yeah, don't think you're
Okay.
skating.
All right, so Zachary's mission, we're working on that. The question has nothing to do with that other than this.
It's a good deed,
We're
though.
on
Like,
a
it has
porch,
nothing-
right?
Yeah.
Would you rather have a big porch or a small Porsche?
Porch
Oh.
versus Porsche.
Big Porsche.
Yeah, I think you got that.
Ah.
Big
I'm
Porsche.
allowed
Let me
to
interpret that for you.
Okay.
A big
so-
Porsche or
yeah.
a small Porsche?
No, big Porsche.
Big Porsche, yeah.
Okay, what's the reason?
I'd rather, I don't know, entertaining.
Yeah.
The-
I
the
hate
car-
Porsches. That's my
I'd be
answer.
claustrophobic.
Oh, that's
Plus,
Yeah, I
all
have
the
to have an
Jagoffs
SUV.
that would dent your door by banging them and
Oh,
running
yeah.
shopping buggies into them. So
Park in the back of the parking lot.
Right.
So that is the People's Gas
I
question
wouldn't
of
do
the
that.
day that Eric Dillman has weighed in. So next porch, that means we're going to Eric Dillman's.
Right.
Eric, it is always a pleasure. We truly we've loved watching you and seeing the journey. And you really are playing out what some people think. It's easy to just start a podcast, sit down and talk. But as you said, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of perseverance to push through. So thank you for being one of those examples.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Nice.
All
What
right.
song do you want to hear Rachel sing?
No, I'm not singing.
Oh,
I won't sing this time.
Listen, it's the climb, but it's the grind. For
It's
the,
the
podcast.
grind.
There you go.
There you
It's
go.
Sean and Rachel. It's your Jagoff Late Night. We're going to be spinning some pizzas later, but a whole bunch more here from the porch.
Hey, mister, what are you doing?
I'm just fixing your screens.
Why?
Because the other ones are kind of old.
After 40 years in business, ScreenMobile has seen it all. From simple window and door screens to 3-season rooms, motorized screens, and more. ScreenMobile is here to help.
Why is the sky blue? Why do birds put their nests so high up?
Our team of professional technicians is ready to answer your questions. Well, most of them. And help you find the best screen solution for your home or workplace. ScreenMobile. You call, we screen.
PittsburghUsedCars.com. With hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city, we provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
Welcome to Fanatic. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permani's. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig.
I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
You will never regret your time on the ambulance because it will come with you and become a part of you. It helps you grow as a person and gives you life experience that you would never have had access to otherwise. You know, what other job do you go to school for 9 months and you get to go out and intubate people in the field, right? I'm putting tubes down people's throats to help them breathe. I'm starting IVs. I'm giving, ketamine, fentanyl, these.
This is a very rewarding job. I love coming to work every day. It's always something different. I don't really call this work.
Probably amazing. Just because you can change the life of someone in moments, you can bring someone back to life.
We're living in this crisis of everyone not being able to afford secondary education or finding employment after that. This is something you can do very quickly. Having an EMT is very short. Like, you can do it in 3 months. And it's a very small financial commitment.
Jagoff Late Night, and for those of you listening on the radio, this is going to be a tough one because we're going to have a magical display of pizza dough throwing, but we're going to talk about that first. So make sure you're going to watch it on YouTube and on Facebook and subscribe to that. Subscribe to the podcast, as a matter of fact, too.
Yep.
But we have to say a huge thanks to Nick at Caliente Pizza, because we have a featured guest here. We have had Matt Hickey. We kind of hung out in the same places, and he's a bigger celebrity than us.
Oh, God,
for sure, right? Everybody loves to watch Matt spin his pizza dough.
I mean, we saw it, like you said. How big is the dough typically? Because you brought like mock dough, but how, like, I'm terrible at any kind of proximity. So how big is the dough that you typically will show people?
Anywhere from, I guess, 14 inches to 22 inches.
14 to 22
14
inches.
to 22 inches.
Okay.
Fully spun.
Yeah. And so for people who don't know, like I actually referred you as, your pizza acrobat. That's what I said to Christina when I emailed about you. But what got you started? Because we've seen little clips like New York City, where in Little Italy, where they do these like, flip, and it's not really real. People don't normally do that. What got you started?
So I started pizza probably about 18 years ago.
Okay.
Delivering, learning pizzas, the whole process essentially.
Sure.
And I eventually found out about the competitions in Vegas and around the world. I started to see some videos of that, and I wanted to get in on that. It looked fun. It was fun to
Just
throw
for being
them
in
over
the
my
industry.
head.
Yeah.
I was
Sure.
already throwing them over my head when I was making them anyway.
Okay.
So I started to expand on that. And then I tried my skills out in Vegas and a couple of smaller national competitions, and I eventually started to get good enough where I was bringing home some medals in it, and now I'm where I'm at. So.
And now you're bringing in money.
Yeah.
Right?
So what are some of the?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Swap out my
What
medals
are
for
some
money.
of the accolades you have as far as for pizza dough throwing?
I have about 16 or 17 awards total since 2016.
Is there speed? Is it
what are
also
the
other
categories?
things? How does that go?
So I do the dough tricks, but then there's also fastest dough stretch, the largest, which I do really well in. There's a triathlon that is kind of a combination of large dough balls mixed with speed, mixed with a box fold. So, you really kind of test your wit at all of them.
Is there like an arch nemesis? I need to know this.
Absolutely.
Like I knew it. I knew it.
It has
Get
to be
the
from New
scuttle.
York, right? It has
Get
to be
the
someone
scuttle.
from New York.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. I like the guys from New York. They're pretty cool.
Okay.
Who
They
do we
don't put
hate?
up with
Tell us
shit.
who
Who
we
we
hate.
dumping
All right.
on?
Am I allowed to name drop?
Oh,
yeah.
no,
Go for it.
Pittsburgh got your back.
All right. There's this chick named Tara Hatton.
Tara!
From
Pittsburgh.
Andolini's Pizza.
Okay.
And was it Tulsa?
Okay.
And we've kind of been competing about the same amount of time.
Okay.
She has a little bit better connections in the industry.
We hate
and
her.
we have outplaced each other multiple times. And this past one, she definitely got me. So yeah, next year.
Tara, we got your address.
Oh,
we're gonna
we have a target on your
We're gonna publish
back, Tulsa.
Tara's address on our Jagoff website. That's what we're gonna do.
Matt, is that not so Pittsburgh though? Like
about
you will
Ricci had
get
to
the
say, "No, we're
entire
not."
city like behind you,
I know,
mad
right?
at
Yeah.
this chick.
That's awesome.
But that is so Pittsburgh. Can I name drop?
Now,
Yeah, exactly.
the cool thing is that you're working for Caliente, who supports this, because Nick and the gang, your pizza is worldwide known as well, has also won a ton of awards, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So
What is that? I was
it's-
going to say, what is that like? What do you like about Caliente? Because you've obviously made this your profession, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, so I've been with them from the start.
Okay.
I was hired before the second store opened. I started out as a cook and worked my way up to general manager level. I opened up the Mount Lebanon location when we bought that.
We were just there.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Okay.
So that's still doing really well. And then through the years, I just kind of maintained the position. Went between a couple of the stores, and then we had split our ways for a couple of years around COVID, And me and Nick talked maybe almost 2 years ago about the proposition of he opened up a commissary. And so we figured something out, and I came back, and it's been.
You were a free agent pizza dough thrower. I love that.
Essentially,
like, I'm on waivers.
yeah. I was actually at Davide in the Strip. I love those guys.
Yeah.
It was amazing there. Yeah. So
Don't
great.
say David for the love
I
of
know,
God.
right?
It is
Every
Davide.
Pittsburgh, it's David.
It's David.
Up there.
Have a David day.
So it's super cool. And again, we appreciate Caliente. They just came out with a beer called Doughboy, a beer line, right?
So
Well, it's been
Dough
a
Daddy
while.
Brewing is
Yeah.
it's a whole brewery actually.
Yeah.
We bought the Strange Roots Brewery up in Gibsonia, and we're now producing beer at a pretty fast pace. And that's part of the actually commissary. We have a truck, so I'm kind of in charge of coordinating logistics. So we go up there, pick up kegs, drop it off. It's a whole song and dance.
I love it. All right,
Yeah.
so we have a little bit of time here where we need to see your talents, and we need to see if somebody else can match you with their talents.
All
Tara
right.
is waiting in the wings as a surprise
Tara,
guest.
did you ever do this at a Porch? I don't think so.
I
So
love it.
tell us a little bit. So what will we see? So everybody listening on the radio, you want to make sure you go to the YouTube channel and watch the video. But what will we see you do here today?
I'll be twirling dough and throwing it over my head and in between my legs,
Are you
almost
gonna
like a
critique the
Harlem
others?
Globetrotter.
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah.
Harlem
Yeah.
Globetrotters of Caliente
Yeah.
Pizza. So Brandon, I don't know if Sarah's participating, and Eric, you need to show them, but you have to critique them. You have to be like the Simon Cowell, like no. No,
So-
like that's not
so
right.
you go do your thing, and we'll narrate. All right. So Johnny's waiting
Well,
over there.
Can we ask
too?
him the question?
Oh
real
yeah,
quick?
question of the
okay,
day. Right.
so the question is, and this is the People's Gas question: do
Oh,
you
boy.
want a big porch or a small Porsche?
A big porch.
See, this is the comment. Yeah. Who cares about those
it's
fancy
so
cars?
I don't need
Pittsburghers
that.
are
Yeah.
practical.
Yeah.
I have 5 kids. It doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
there's that.
Yeah, but the Porsche gets you out of the house.
I like the Porsche.
I
I
love
like
it.
the Porsche a lot.
All right, so Brandon, Eric, report to the side here
All right,
so that Matt can.
And one more
get
time,
ready.
Caliente Pizza is Caliente Pizza and Draft House, right? And there are how many locations?
There are 7 right now,
Wow.
and we're opening an 8th this summer, actually.
And I think it's near me, but I won't let the cat out of the bag. I'm a horrible secret keeper. But, okay.
But it's also a bunch of, we could play Caliente used to be's.
Yes,
Because all the
that's
used to
such a
be's
good-
at Caliente takes over the pizza, the
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
Yeah.
We love
What-
to
Who
come
needs the
in
Pizza
and
Hut
flip them
game?
up
Yeah.
and
Nice.
yeah.
All right, so go ahead. We'll narrate. So
All
Matt
right.
is getting up here. By the way, he brought some guests. He's trying to keep it in the family. He's training.
Yeah.
You know, right?
2 of
right.
his 5 kids.
Oldest daughter
Aw.
named Brinley, and Logan was here,
Oh,
right?
I love
Yeah.
that. All right,
cool.
Eric and Brandon, we're
All right.
narrating. You guys are going over,
So,
and we're getting
all right,
some
here
video
goes
of this.
Matt, everybody.
Okay.
Make sure
Matt.
you tag Caliente Pizza. Make sure you tag
wow.
Jagoff.
So,
Whoa,
oh crap,
all right,
you guys,
all
we
right.
didn't just witness him dropping a little bit of pizza.
No, all right.
Oh, we need music.
Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da,
We're doing 2
da, da,
different
da.
songs, but basically we got an ooh. John went back to Johnsy's while we were
Yeah.
doing,
Oh, there we go. All right.
gosh.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. He got a roll going on. He just rolled it over the back of his shoulders.
Wow.
What? And now he's up underneath his armpit. The good news is this does not happen to your real pizza dough.
No.
There's
And who
no-
says armpit?
No,
No one.
arm or hair or pubic hair on your
Oh my
pizza.
God.
Right. No. Oh, look, he's on one hand. One like a push-up. Oh my God, we're missing it.
Johnny is
Here we
getting
go.
all of this.
Oh,
Okay.
Matt.
So Matt is now, it's like a juggler.
Oh, he has doubles.
2.
He has doubles.
It is the double.
Wait.
And I love that he told us, like, it's not real dough. He
What's
told me
the,
that on my email. So
Sweet
that
Georgia
I knew.
Brown. Sweet Georgia Brown. Da, 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 da,
don't
da,
know
da, 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 da. That's the Harlem Globetrotters song.
I won't sing the
All
Harlem
right.
Globetrotters. You want to talk about beef?
Oh, you
That's
got to
our
beef. Yeah, oh, look at this. Oh, we're popping them up in the air. Dude,
John is
if
not
you're
a good
listening,
narrator.
you have to. I know I could not do a
said, "I
penguin
love
game.
it."
I could not do a penguin game. But if you're
Or a
listening,
dog
just
show.
go watch the video. Whoa, he just put 2 in one hand.
All right.
Threw them up around his
Oh,
back
crap,
with a
Matt,
bunch
you
of
were so
grass.
close.
All right.
Matt, bring in spirit fingers, Matt. All right, Brandon and Eric. Where did Brandon go? Eric, come on in.
Come on in.
So show Eric how, just like a very basic something. If
Oh,
you were
wait, he just put one on his foot.
I'm
Put
sorry.
it on his head. Oh, my God. He ended it with his on his head.
Okay.
All right.
Eric Dillman has his hand out. It's a flick throw. Flick throw. Ah, okay. Eric, can you do it? So Matt is giving the technique to Eric, and he is saying if you're right-handed, you're going to put it in the palm of your hand and then do a flick throw.
And Rachel's
Brandon
at a golf
finally
outing.
came out. I am at a golf outing. Brandon got lost in his house and is now going to learn as well.
All right, so
light bulb, you'll go up and give it a flick when you get
Brandon and Eric.
We call this one screw the light bulb.
I just
Okay.
want to remind us that Eric said you do not want him to be in charge of food at all. So, oh, look at Brandon. Brandon got a little, okay. All right. Brandon is spinning. He got it up there. And he gets it back down on his fingers. All right. Everybody, that's amore. All right. Eric's like, nobody told me I had to work out. All right. Go another round. All right. Matt, who do you think should win a beer from Caliente Pizza and Draft House? Eric or Brandon? It's a tough choice.
I love that he just said you got to work for it. He's like, work it out. It's his house. It's his house.
Yeah. Oh, people are dissing. They're like, oh, you. It is
guys.
Listen, we appreciate Caliente Pizza and Draft House, and we're coming back with some music. Oh, by who?
Brandon Payne, that painful music. But also, there's a surprise coming at you. It's a little jam session on your Jagoff Late Night.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
Welcome to Pepperoni. Can I take your orders?
You need a tappet?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich, the cook. Here we go.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permani's. So we brought our friends from People's Gas.
Please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig.
I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
Hey, mister, what are you doing?
I'm just fixing your screens.
Why?
Because the other ones are kind of old.
After 40 years in business, ScreenMobile has seen it all. From simple window and door screens to 3-season rooms, motorized screens, and more. ScreenMobile is here to help.
Why is the sky blue? Why do birds put their nests so high up?
Our team of professional technicians is ready to answer your questions. Well, most of them. And help you find the best screen solution for your home or workplace. ScreenMobile. You call, we screen.
PittsburghUsedCars.com. With hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city. We provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
Rachel, it's the end of it's Porch Tour number 2 for People's Gas and Zachary's Mission. We have to make a big announcement here. One,
we went to commercial and got a big announcement. Like, that's pretty big. Yeah.
Caliente's is giving $500 to this Porch Tour right here. So you guys,
how about that?
Yeah, thanks to Nick and the gang. Matt's like, hey, dudes, I got $500.
Yeah.
Why are you shutting me up?
He's like, I have something else to say.
Right, yeah. And then we also have to let's re-announce the prizes. Q929 is giving train tickets to Brandon and Sarah.
Yeah.
$100 ScreenMobile. They could come out and do your screens right here at your house in their car,
There you go.
in their truck. Ricci's Italian Sausage, Mancini's Pepperoni Rolls, Yen's Lids, Pittsburgh Brewing Tasting Tour for 4 people.
Jenny Lee Swirl Bread Care Package, Pittsburgh Warsh Company, Mix Candle Company, Mary Mac Bakehouse, and Sin Bin Creations.
Yeah.
So you guys, we hope you enjoy this, and thank you again for doing this. So I'm not good at keeping secrets at all. And so I didn't. This one was not my fault. I was upstairs trying to find a restroom, and all of a sudden I saw this guy I knew, and it was my dad. And so, as I told the story in the beginning, Brandon did not get to perform with my dad last summer, and we were very sad, right? So guess what, Brandon? This is your life, and we are.
Yeah. So, Brandon, what song are you going to sing right now with Jack accompanying you?
I'm going to do an original song. It's
Yep.
called Rosie Cuervo.
Oh,
Do
we
it.
can't wait.
Do it.
Dad, do you
All
think
right.
you could keep up? I'm going to try my best. All right.
Yeah.
I have faith in you.
In case you didn't hear him, he said he's going to try his best.
All right, Brandon Payne.
Met a girl named Rosie. I can't remember all she told me. It started fine, just sipping on wine. She put out a line for a margarita. The sun was warm and the sand was hot. Well, I sailed some cups in a chill spot. Never knew life would go. Never thought that's how my night would go. When I woke up my day beside a bottle of Cuervo. Rosie, 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 Cuervo. Can't find you anywhere. Where did you go? Rosie, 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 Cuervo. My only wish is all to find you once again. Lost a girl named Rosie. Such a town that's around, nowhere to be seen. Fuzzy memories in the bottle she left me. And her first name, oh, I wish I could see my Rosie, 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 Cuervo. Can't find you anywhere. Where did you go? Rosie, 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 Cuervo. My only wish is all to find you once again. Every day I tried, bottle standing by to catch a vision of you. My Rosie, 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 Cuervo. Can't find you anywhere. Where did you go? Rosie, 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 Cuervo. My only wish is all to find you once again.
Right.
Wow.
Guys, we have to say thank you again to People's Gas. Thanks to everybody who gave to Zachary's mission today. Give yourselves a round of applause, right? Like, where's the... Give it to
She's
us.
right there. John loves that.
No, she's right there. I wanted to
knew.
do it one more time. Why can't we give you a microphone?
Oh boy, John loves this. John is obsessed with this. All right, so we understand that there is a saxophone player also.
Yep.
So, Mr. Saxophone Player, please go over to the lawn area where we're jam sessioning. Okay.
So as you guys get to warm up, we're going to say thank you again to all of the folks that support us and all the folks that gave prizes. The Porch Tour continues 2 more weeks through June here.
Yeah.
And then after that, we will meet you at Alloy 26 on the 2nd floor every Friday night from 5 to 6 p.m., 5:30 to 6:30, depending on what time we decide to get
We'll
started.
tell you the time
yeah,
later.
but Alloy 26 on Isabella because we're going to have big parties and cocktail hours.
We are. So, Brandon, how are you feeling? This was your house. You were a little bit nervous. You're good?
I'm still nervous.
So, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Okay, you're good. So, we are having the saxophone. What is the saxophone guy's name? Because we just keep calling him Mr. Saxophone.
He is.
All right.
Mr. Sexy.
We are really excited because you guys are going to tune up. So you guys tune, tell them the song, and we'll chat for another minute here, and we'll come back to you guys.
Yeah.
Sound good? All right.
All right.
So they're tuning up. Listen, I feel like we've done all these like little narrations today. This is a first for us. We don't normally do the narrating.
Yeah.
You said I was a golf narrator.
Yeah, well, we were doing it quietly while we were watching The
Gotcha.
dough, right,
you know what
right,
we
right.
should have done? If we had planned this correctly, we would have had the jam session while the pizza was happening.
Right.
And then he would have had
Because
music.
he wanted music.
He really did.
He wanted music. He
Yeah.
didn't tell
He's
us that
doing
in
it, though.
his rider.
Matt, come over.
Matt, get over
Bring
here.
him
Matt
over
is
here.
spinning pizza. This would be great to have you in the background of the orchestra.
If Matt comes over, oh my gosh, this will be like the epitome
All
of
right,
our
I
porch
think we're
tours.
starting the jam
oh my
session,
gosh.
yeah? All right.
And we're pizza tossing.
Oh, we're pizza tossing
Is
the
there
jam session.
anything else
Ladies
we
and
could
gentlemen,
do?
we're just going to let them play out to the end of
What
the
can
show.
Eric Dillman do?
All right. Eric, design a countertop right now.
Interview Meryl Hodge while this is happening, please. We appreciate that very much.
All right. So
Are you guys
everybody,
ready?
this is your Jagoff Late Night. Make sure you tune in every Friday because we are going to have more porches coming up.
You thought we had a good lead-in,
The C
John.
minor,
We didn't.
yeah, right. We got it.
No,
We had to slow
musicians
down
are
here.
tough. I got to tell you, you cannot
right.
get the musicians to do what
All
you
right.
need them to do. All right,
Ready?
you guys
We
ready?
ready to
Sax
go?
guy.
3, 2, 1.
Hit it!
Thank you.